Whenever my family would be put in a position where I personally felt like things needed to be discussed or worked out, they would always turn to arguing, not knowing how to properly communicate. So as I grew up, I started to deeply value being at peace. But before I even reached that point where I developed that within myself, I had to completely strip all of my old toxic behaviors, things that I've seen for years and years now because I grew up in that type of household. And the first thing that I want to touch up on, because this was huge for me, especially growing up, is the fact that not everything deserves a reaction. And the reason why I feel like this is hard for so many people is because oftentimes some people mistake walking away as weakness, you not being able to stand up for yourself. And a lot of people, those that may not have that sense of emotional intelligence, may view this as a weakness, may even potentially try to take advantage of somebody that walks away rather than speaking their mind. But the way that I like to look at it, it takes your energy to sit there and explain to somebody what they did wrong. And 9 times out of 10, if they're already in that emotional state, if they're reactive, defensive, they probably aren't going to listen to you to understand. They're probably going to listen to respond, and that's a problem. So the moment that I started to get myself in any type of arguments or situations that may potentially jeopardize my peace, you have to ask yourself, is this a perfect time for me to sit here and explain things? Or should I let things simmer down before I actually invest my time and energy trying to get my point across? And that decision is totally up to you. But me learning how to not react and to not respond to everything just simply because I may feel something inside made the most difference in my life, because there's going to be things in this world that you simply can't control. And it's not easy to get yourself to this point where you don't just react to everything. But when you can do it, when you finally do break through and you have that sense of self-control, nobody will be able to get you out of your character. Your freedom and your overall peace is worth way more than any type of response. And when people realize that you aren't responsive to each and everything that's put out into the world, they respect that. It's just a different level of mental maturity and growth that not everybody is capable of. But above all, peace is truly the new power. I feel like we often mistake people who are responsive or people that may be loud as the ones in control. It's the complete opposite. Real control is in the person that's able to stay calm during those conflicts. And I know this for a fact because just take a moment to think about which one is harder. Is expressing yourself, especially while you're angry, or you may have built up tension, easier or harder than stand calm and collective, allowing yourself to gather everything and take in information when somebody may be bashing you, disrespecting you, whatever the case may be. And that right there will tell you everything you need to know about what you should or you shouldn't be doing. There are people walking this earth right now that simply cannot contain themselves to save their lives. And I don't even feel like the problem isn't necessarily them always being expressive, but it's more so the fact that they're probably not even conscious or aware of this flaw that they have that could potentially put them in a position to jeopardize their future or jeopardize their freedom. We have to stop giving our energy up to people that really do not deserve it. Arguing is draining. It takes away from your overall productivity. It puts you in a negative headspace. And it just allows the enemy to have complete control over you. Protecting your energy is how you grow. It's easy to argue. It's easy to let the devil get you all out of character. And now you're saying things that you're potentially going to regret or you're going to have to apologize for in the future. That's why I feel like it's very important to understand that you aren't here to try to convince people. People probably don't even care about your viewpoints. So why are you letting it take away from your overall productivity? Because the more energy that you give them, the more time that you spend arguing and investing your resources, it's just going to drain you. And this actually reminds me, I remember once upon a time, I was in and out of this situationship, and I'm somebody, as y'all may know, I talk. I just talk a lot. I come from my mom, she speaks a lot too, so I'm somebody, let's just say, that's very expressive, right? And I would spend so much of my time trying to get my point across to this specific person. But if your actions are not aligned with your words, then it will be very hard for anybody to respect you. And that was my problem. Silence will always speak much louder than any type of words that you can put out or say out of your mouth. You can have the best writer in the world articulate or put the best speech out there for you to get your point across. But I guarantee if your actions are not aligned, then people will always overlook the words that are coming out of your mouth. And this was one of my biggest problems. It's okay to let peace speak. It's okay to allow silence to just be something that you consume and take in and allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you need to feel. Because when you walk away, your absence is going to speak for itself. You won't have to say a single word because them not having you there anymore, them not being able to call you whenever they feel like they can call you, those things are going to speak volumes. And that's something that I really had to take the time to learn and to understand that it is best to walk away. If it takes away from your peace, if it's draining, it is not worth it. The world is full of so many different type of people. So what this means is it's just so many different versions of energy that's out here, and we can easily allow ourselves to transfer bad or good energy onto the next person. You'd be surprised how many people are walking around not truly happy or not truly at peace because somebody is stealing and stripping their true happiness away from them. Peace is the one thing that gives you clarity. You will never be able to think clearly when you're always defending yourself. And it's not even about being passive, it's about being intentional. So many people mistake this for avoiding conflict, but that's just not the case. All you're doing is mastering yourself. It's okay to let people go. It's okay to walk away from things that aren't serving you or people that aren't serving you. You move better when you're not moved by everything. And life itself is so crazy because you can literally walk outside today and somebody can say something disrespectful to you, and you have two choices. One, you can either let this ruin your day and you can keep this negative energy inside of you and then spread it to other people throughout the day, right? Or two, you can stay solid within your frame and maintain your peace. And some people naturally are inclined to choose that form of negativity and don't even realize it. Don't even realize the impact that it has on them and their overall lives and the people that they may have around them. And I was that person. I was a very negative child growing up, because this is what I witnessed every day. But when you start living with intent, when you start choosing peace over anything else, you'll start to feel much better about the life that you're living, because there truly is much more to life than being angry and always being in this emotional state. Stop allowing yourself to play by other people's emotional rules, things that are keeping them in this low vibrational state of unhappiness, of negativity, things that are ultimately just going to bring their spirit down and keep them from evolving. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be negative all day. I don't want to be angry. I want to be happy and I want to spread peace and positivity. And you do this by just being very intentional, controlling your energy, controlling your surroundings. If you have people around you that aren't on the same page as you, then they just have to go, because the longer that they're around, it's just going to keep you in that same mental state as them, whether you realize it or not. But if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It's your boy Blue Jay Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.